2017 is finally over, and today I'm going to tell you a little bit about the positives and the negatives of the year. First of all, I want to thank Wendy Valencia for inviting me to this collab. There'll be a few people participating, and I'm going to link all of their channels in the description below. If you guys watch my channel, you know this has been a rough year for me. I started out 2017 with some really ambitious financial goals that would have kind of built up my emergency fund and some of my other funds that would really get me back on my feet financially. But unfortunately, by the end of January, some situations changed and they were kind of out of my control that just completely destroyed that plan and set me on a path where I was struggling for a really long time. Now, I'm not going to tell you guys that I'm not struggling, but I've done a lot to catch up from where I was. So, starting in February, March, and April, and I think even May, I started struggling to pay my student loan payments. I got behind a little bit. My reduced payment was not approved, and I wasn't able to I was already struggling to make the reduced payment. So that is one way I struggled through those months. Now, one of the positives of this spring / early summer was that I found out that about $90,000 of my student loan debt is uncollectible. And if you don't know what I'm referring to, I made a video about it, but you can also look up National Collegiate Student Loan Trust and the CFPB, which is a Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. Look through the qualifications there for the loans to be uncollectible, and that is all of my loans through that one provider. So it is only about a third of my loans. I'm still deep in student loan debt, but I mean, $90,000 wiped away, I'm not going to complain about that at all. One thing I was able to do is I was able to save a little bit. This year, actually, with everything that happened in late January, early February, I can no longer put toward my emergency fund. So that just sat there and collected interest. But what I did do was I was still contributing to my IRA. And because I was contributing to my IRA and I had my other two IRAs invested in some stocks, I was able to make money off the stocks, and I got a 3% match to my current IRA. They do a simple IRA rather than a 401k. For the employer that I had up until October, they were doing a 3% match, and I ended up saving about $2,700 in there. So it's not much, but it's something, and definitely helps my net worth. So when we got into summer, I was more focused on paying off the credit card. Well, maybe not paying it off this year, but getting it paid down. And I got it paid down about $500 from where it was. Now, some things happened and I had to charge it back up again, but the fact is I made some progress, and I'm pretty proud of that. Getting toward the end of the year, things got really rough. From really August on. August, I had an unexpected expense, and that was my MacBook died. My MacBook that I've had for, at that time, 10 and a half years. It was literally the second generation MacBook from April 2007, died in August 2017. So that was why when you watch my old videos before I got my iPhone, you had terrible video quality, terrible audio quality, and you had that fan noise in the background. And that's because I was shooting it on a 10-year-old MacBook. So I have a new to me MacBook now, which I got used. I thought that was the responsible way to do it, but I had to spend $575. Of course, it's a $4,000 laptop new. Well, at least if you get it like the one I originally had that had all the upgrades, it's at least over $1,000, if not $2,000 if you just get the regular one. But I went the frugal way. I got a 5-year-old one that's works perfectly well, and it was $5.75. So that was one thing that while I was really hesitant to spend that cash, it got me something that helped me a lot. It saved me a lot of time because it didn't take 5 minutes to load a website. I can actually use iMovie on it without it overheating, and I think it's helped this channel by me being able to use that. The other thing was, in September, my car died, and I cannot tell you guys how much of a burden that was, but it was more of a burden financially than I thought of. I thought, well, it died, tow it home until I figure out what to do with it. But it wasn't that simple, because one, I had to pay for a bus pass, or I had to find a way to get around everywhere. And Columbus is this huge spread out city, so everywhere I needed to go was $30 away, one way, Uber, right? So let's say I needed to go to the doctor. That's $60. Guys, I'm spending $60. That's more than I spend on the doctor's appointment to go. So that's something that really added up over time. And as we know, I've taken care of that now. But that was a huge expense this year. Now, there were some other expenses too. In October, I left my job, and while I did get unemployment, my unemployment took a long time to come in, and it was sporadic. So I ended up having to use really my entire emergency fund, which is what that's for, and some of what I called my moving fund, which was the rest of my tax return from last year. I ended up having to use all of that to get by. But on the positive side, I did get a new job. So with the new job came a new plan. And I think I've mentioned this in some of my videos. If I haven't, maybe in some of the videos I've recorded and not uploaded yet. But the new plan is this. I left the old job, got a new job. With the proof of employment from the new job, I got a new car. I financed it, and I will tell you guys all about that. I've already made a video, just need to upload it about that. So I've got the new car. Well, I decided I'm not getting rid of my old car. I like my old car better, quite frankly. All it needs is an engine. So I decided, hey, this is what I'm going to do. I looked at all the money I was spending on Uber and Lyft, and I saw that it was way more than a car payment per month. And then I also found out that this company I'm going through does not have any restrictions on ride sharing, which means that not only can I save more than a car payment every month by just having my own car, but I would be able to drive for Uber and Lyft and make more money. So I basically make the car payment plus more every month by driving for a couple hours after work and on Saturday nights. That's what I'm doing now, and I'm going to take a lot of that money, pay off some past debts, and take that money and put it toward fixing the old car. Then I'm going to go back to driving the old car because I like it better with the brand new engine. So it's basically a brand new car. And I am going to rent out on HireCar and Turo or whatever that site is called, the new car. And from my experience, from the prices I've seen, it makes about $800 a month. So that's another step to getting financially independent. So I guess in a way it was good the car died when it died, because it set me up this path that I don't think I would have found otherwise. With all that being said, getting this new car puts my net worth about $2,000 or $3,000 lower. Basically, when I put the car loan on there and I put the value of the car, that's the difference. So it does make my net worth go down a little bit, which is what we track monthly here. But I'll explain that in my end of the month video. So with all that being said, I'm now settled into a new job, have a new car, and just got a garage to put my old car in. So where am I at right now? Well, right now, I am seeing positive and negative. My new job does not pay as much as my old job, and it does not have insurance benefits. I've been without insurance for November and December, and I'm going to have to figure out a way to get it, or afford it, or something. On the good side, though, I am working. I have a car, and I have the means, I don't know if I have the time, but I have the means with Uber and Lyft that I can make extra money if I need it, for whatever I need it for. So that's really one of the great things. And I don't mind working 50, 60, 70 hours a week. I mean, I do mind, but I will do it. I like money. So anyway, that's where I'm at right now. And plans for the new year. I think within this next year, then 2018, I think that's going to be the year that I really start making progress toward my finances. I think this car flipping thing is going to work out, and I think that I'm going to get all the past due things I need to pay back paid off. I'm going to be able to start contributing to savings and sinking funds, etc. again. And I think by the end of 2018, giving myself a year, I should have an emergency fund again. I should have my sinking funds back in place. Tax returns coming soon. That's going to help as well. That's going to fulfill my moving fund that I had to deplete. Anyway, guys, I can't sit here and say I know 100% what's going to happen, but at least the last quarter of 2017, things started looking up, because my finances have been rough for a while. So this is a big deal, and just watch with me, wait and see. The beginning of every month, I upload a monthly review from the previous month, and I show you guys the exact numbers, everything. We base it on my net worth, but you guys see how much I make, how much I spend on each category, exact numbers on everything. And if you want to follow along with that journey, make sure to subscribe. Also, guys, check out all the channels down below in the description. These are all the people that are doing this collab with me. They're all talking about a similar topic of whether it be financial independence, building wealth, paying off debt. That sort of topic is what they are going to be talking about as well. And if you like my channel, you're going to like theirs too. So check them out. There's a link to each one of their channels down in the description. Thank you again to Wendy for inviting me to the collab. And for the subscribers to my channel, stay tuned. I've got 2 videos for you this week, and I promise you I will get them uploaded. Life's been pretty busy, but I want to make sure that I get these up before the end of the first week of January. Promise I will have everything up. Alright, guys? Thank you for watching. Make sure to subscribe. Check out the other YouTubers here in the description, and I will see you guys with my next video, which will be my December monthly review.